woman speaking.
Brown woman speaking.
Brown woman speaking.
Please hold for the next available conversation.
What's up, y'all? It's Portia, the Brown Woman Speaking, and you have reached the Brown Woman Speaking podcast hotline, where every week there's a new topic and a new guest, and you have been granted access to the conversation. This week, I am joined by the brown chocolate baddie, Nurse Bae herself, Jasmin.
Hey, y'all.
Now, you are a Louisiana native, but you get the coins in ATL.
Yeah.
Okay, ATL.
Yes.
So how has that experience been so far? How long have you been there now?
So I've been in Atlanta almost 2 years. I came basically right after graduation. I knew I either wanted to come to Atlanta or Houston, got a better job offer here, so I ended up coming here. And I love it. I've been loving Atlanta, though. I always came to visit my sister when she lived here, so I knew it would be like another home, and the bag is bigger here, so yeah.
So what aspects of Atlanta did you like that drew you to Atlanta?
I think mostly the opportunity and the fact that before I moved here, I thought more so of Black people stuck together. But that's, I guess, what I was seeing around Spelman, because my sister went to Spelman, so okay. I would visit her there, and the hospitality there was amazing. But now that I'm outside of college campus area, whatever, I wouldn't say Black people don't stick together, but it's not as much as I thought.
They have more of a competitive nature than you thought.
Yeah, it's definitely crab in a barrel type of thing.
So I know you're a lady of classy, bougie things.
Yes,
ma'am. You like to be on the scene, okay, safely. It's COVID.
Yes.
But so how is that aspect of Atlanta?
So I don't really like clubs. I'll go to a nice little lounge,
a
bar, have some drinks. But as far as clubbing, that's a very blue moon type of thing. I may do it for a special occasion, like somebody's birthday. Mm-hmm. But it's lit. Atlanta is really lit. It's something going on every day. You can pop out on a Tuesday and it will be legit, a whole party. And that's the thing. Even the lounges now are becoming bottle. Why y'all got bottle section in the middle of the week? Bottle service. Why? Why is that a thing?
Not the bottle service.
No, bro. In the middle of the week, it's getting crazy.
They trying to get. At this point, Atlanta is the most. Everybody knows Atlanta is the most open place right now during COVID.
Look, we always say we've been joking this entire time. We legit probably closed for maybe 2-3 weeks, girl. But it's never, I wouldn't say it's never been really closed.
So are y'all supposed to be on lockdown though?
No, not right now.
Okay. So y'all open. So y'all not being disobedient.
Right. Because the mayor wanted us to be on lockdown, but the governor was no. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what's y'all mayor's name?
I forgot. Lady. It's a Black lady, and I'm ashamed that I can't call her name right now. But
it ain't my mail, it's yours. So I don't feel bad.
and I follow this lady too. I'm gonna think of it.
Okay, so what Atlanta is also notorious for, other than not sitting down during COVID, is the dating scene when it comes to women and men.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard, but women are largely outnumbered. Well, no, men are outnumbered here. For one.
Okay.
For two, everybody want to be a city girl and a city boy here.
Not the city girl.
Yeah, and that ain't me. So I'm the type of person, if I talk to one person, I'm gonna talk to one person. Mm-hmm. Here, I feel people talk to a boy or a girl just for benefits. They only do it to for instance, when I first came, I thought I made friends with this girl, but it like, I quickly realized that like she used guys to get in a section, you know, like little stuff like that. And a lot of people here are like that. It's crazy. And as far as like the guys, they want to be city boys, like have numerous girlfriends. And I'm just not with it. I'm a little country girl and I like, you know,
Yeah.
that's what I like. And I don't like dipping and dabbing in a little bit of everything. So
you're not, they're more serial daters and you're more of a, I date this person and I'm focusing on this person.
exactly.
There is an article written by Sally Connolly. She is a therapist who specializes in couples and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called The 4 Stages of Dating. Now, this article was interesting to me because as I read through the stages, I never get to 3. So we're going to talk about it.
All right.
So stage 1 would be the initial meeting or attraction. 2 is curiosity, interest, and infatuation. 3 is the enlightenment stage or becoming a couple. And 4 is commitment. So I'll give you a description of each one of these, her description or her mini little snippet of each one of these stages, and we can have a discussion about how we navigate each one of these stages.
Okay.
Baby, I was like, Okay, so stage 1, the initial attraction, which she says, you know, every relationship starts with initial attraction, whether it be a friendship or a dating relationship. But this is pertaining to dating, and it can be via the internet, a church group, a friend group, you know, of how you initially meet this person or you're attracted to this person. So for you, what is the typical way you initially meet somebody?
In person.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just say this. I don't like when, I don't know. I mean, I go out, but at the same time, when I'm at certain places, like out with my friends having drinks or whatever, I like the guys, they're usually not the type of guys I would go for. So when dudes like try to holler or whatever when I'm out like at a lounge or something, I usually don't give them any play. But that's what I've had most experience with, that, and then online, like via DM on Instagram or something. Yeah.
Okay. So if we're going, so you said you're not really attracted to the guy in the bar because you already have this preconceived notion that he just gonna be trash.
Yeah, which is not really right because I'm here too. So, but I don't think you have to be really convincing because what I've seen, like guys that try to impress me, like when they see or they want me or whatever, like by like popping bottles and stuff like that don't impress me. Like,
oh no,
all that money like you spending on whatever you could be spending on. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing?
Baby, I am physically responsible. You know, here popping bottles. You could have brought me a bag. You could have
something. And
that's for you. That ain't for me.
Exactly. So, but I don't know. Another thing, like with the whole DMs, like I'm not against it, but like I respond to people in my DMs, but it's usually like on some friendly stuff. When they take it too far, like I just cut it off and don't respond. Like I'm notorious for that. But I don't know. It just kind of depends on how they start the conversation and if I can tell if it's like genuine or, you know, it just depends.
So what would be in a perfect scenario, what would be your first stage initial meetup attraction? Where would you be? What's the setting?
I don't know. I'm not completely biased, but I don't know. I guess if I was, I like fairy tale type stuff, but like, I don't know, like a grocery store, anyway, I'm not completely biased. The park,
the grocery store,
you know, somebody at church.
Oh,
yeah, that would be nice.
I like a church.
So what about you? Because I feel like I don't really have like a certain place where I would like to ideally meet someone.
I feel like because this is the day of the internet, I would be open to a DMing situation. But again, like you said, it depends on how our interaction goes, like how you approach me. And typically, if it starts off more so friendly, I'm more engaged or more open to the idea of it than you know, coming at me all aggressive. Hey, down. Calm down a little bit, okay?
Girl, which please go ahead.
And because, you know, it's the internet, I try to go and nitpick, you know, I'm going to go click on your page, click on your friend's page,
For sure.
click on their friend's page, because I'm trying to see what you got going.
Because we need to know. Before we say, because when you ask me for my number, and I'm not really, you know, I done did my research. I'm just not gonna give it to. I'm not even gonna reply. I haven't figured out how to like.
Right. See, I think the internet is giving us too much information off the jump.
Yeah.
Whereas if we meet somebody in the grocery store or at church, well, at church maybe we go to church together. But if we're just meeting, like I've never seen you at church, I never interacted with you at church or at the grocery store or anything like that, we don't know anything about them. Exactly. We're going based off of our appearance.
Yeah.
So the internet kind of messed the initial meeting stages up just to that.
Girl, folks are getting married from sliding the DMs.
No, I know.
That's why
nobody slid in mine yet that I'm married.
I'm not opposed to it. But do you remember, I posted something on Instagram. Remember this guy on Snapchat? You said that it would be a good conversation, but basically this guy had been like DMing me like small stuff like beautiful and, you know, stuff like that. And I never like just blatantly ignore people. Like I'll reply thanks, whatever. But once he was like, you don't remember me? No, he was like, I don't know what he was saying, but he said that we met before, like in Lafayette or whatever. And I'm like, I don't remember you. And he gets so upset that I don't remember him. And girl, he's sending me like pictures and videos and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. And he's just so upset by that. But eventually he like lets it go. But then he comes in DM again and is with the same thing. Like, I can't believe you don't remember me, all this, yada, yada, yada. And then I'm like, just let it go. Like, I don't, because at this point, like, he getting belligerent. Like, he mad. Like, he really mad. So I'm like, just let it go. And girl, he called me out my name, a B word, saying I don't know how to basically be nice or whatever. But I'm like, dude, like, I've been telling you thanks, whatever, all this time. And
right, that was me being nice.
Yeah, so he called me all that, girl, then blocked me. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know you. I don't really care.
See, now, that aspect of the internet, now imagine if you would have met him in person while you were in Lafayette.
Yeah.
He would have had that same belligerent nature. But exactly. But us as women, we have to kind of be like, okay, y'all don't know how to take no as an answer. And then y'all get upset. You were able to kind of diffuse it and control the situation because it was online and he didn't have any physical contact with you. But if you tell him no in person,
imagine what he would have done. Like,
I don't know if they hear YES or what, but I said no.
Yeah, they do really bad with rejection. It's crazy.
Yeah, even you're being so nice. I think they don't understand that we're really being very nice and, you know, trying to be gentle and turn you down softly to stroke your ego a little bit. But can you leave us alone?
Yeah.
Please. Okay, but if it's somebody who you like, who you like, okay, I might be able to work with him. We move to stage 2. Now, I typically get stuck in stage 2. Not stuck, but I get to stage 2 and then I just go peace out.
It doesn't progress.
Yeah. So Sally describes stage 2 as early attraction, often evolves the physical attributes of the partner and includes things like outward appearance, body type, interests, and personal traits. At this stage, the attraction may not be too deep, and each half of a couple is generally putting his or her best foot forward. Differences are not noticed or dismissed with the thoughts like, not a big deal, or she will change. Now, this is the part that got me. Often, not always, there is not enough of, is this the right person for me? But rather more, what can I do to make this person like me? Mm-hmm. Now, do you find yourself at this stage after, now he approached you, he could have approached you, mm-hmm. but after that, you know, you guys are going on dates and things like that, and you turn to the person, your reactions are, or your thoughts are constantly based on what, if I do XYZ, will he like me? If I do XYZ, will he not like me? Are you in your head like that during this stage?
To be honest, I'm not, I haven't met anyone that really brought that out of me. Mm-hmm. It was always like, you're not enough. Like, which is not all the time good, but I don't know. I feel like my intuition is so good. Like the things that I guess in the beginning, mm-hmm. like I'm usually right. And I choose to like ignore or say, okay, they will come around. Like I like everything about them except, you know, these few things. I feel like they will come around or I can work with it. And then mm-hmm. later on, I find out, you know, that I can't work with it. Like it's a deal breaker for me. But I'm never usually like, I don't, you know, I'm not going to do this or I'm going to do this because I think he'll like it or won't like it. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
So you're doing the opposite of what, well, kind of a merger of what she said you don't do during this stage and you do. So you're saying that you notice the things that you don't like about him, mm-hmm. and you keep that in mind.
Right.
And then she said that this is the stage where you act like oblivious to the fact that it's going on. So you know good and well what you don't want in him.
For sure.
The negatives. But you see him and you still discredit him like, okay, but he can change. I think we operate a lot on men's potential.
Yes. And
like, I feel like he has potential. He has potential. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't know that he has the potential yet.
Right.
But I see it in him. And so I'm going to still give him a chance because I like him. Except this thing that's probably big, but not really.
Those are my exact thoughts. Do
you have like this list of attributes and characteristics that you want for your perfect man?
Well, first things first is somebody that's honest. Like, if you like lie to me about silly stuff, like mm-hmm. that's when I need to be like, oh no, like it's definitely not gonna work. And if you can't just, you know, like hold true to your word. Like if you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, like call me back. I don't know. I like pay attention to stuff like that. So
the little details.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you, because you said you usually get stuck here. And I was going to ask why do you think you get stuck there all the time?
Now, I am notorious for is he going to like me? Is he? I turned into this whole totally different person that's conforming to this ideal of what a woman should be, and because I'm a girly girl, but I'm a tomboy at the same time, and then I'm hood, but I'm bougie.
Same.
You know,
you have a bomb personality though. Like, it surprises me that you even say that.
But I'm telling you, if it's a guy that I'm attracted to him, when the infatuation comes into play, who am I? I don't even know. I'm so in my head thinking and trying to please, or trying to get, like she said, get him to like me, or make sure that I'm doing things that are likable, that I back away from who I really am.
In what ways?
Just when we're talking, it's 30 things that I want to say, but I've said it in my head and I rehearsed it, and it might not sound good outside my head, so I'm just not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it.
So it's going to be silent for a minute.
Yes. So then the conversations become awkward, and then I become uninterested because I'm a conversationalist and I want to have a conversation. And then I start saying to myself, well, he should have made me more comfortable, and I would have, start blaming him for the. I start blaming him for the things that I'm not giving.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should.
Mm-hmm.
So I started being uninterested because the conversation just dry.
Mm-hmm.
Dry. But am I to blame? A little bit, just a tad. So stuff like that.
Has there ever been like an instance where you verbalized that to someone like beforehand, or you haven't gotten to the point yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I wonder if like you do, like, if it's the right person, like they'll be understanding and try to make you more like, just comfortable and, willing to open up.
Right.
But that's for sure. Like, guys have to make you feel, create kind of like a safe space for you to even say certain things,
Right. And I have had a few who were like, I know you want to say something, but you're not saying it. And that's kind of attractive. It's like, okay, I really want to say something, but I ain't gonna say it yet. I'm still holding you to do it.
It's the mystery. It's definitely the mystery.
But I'm always more so in my head, and I've had many, many experiences. This is how I know that I kind of transform into another person or reserve myself a lot when it's somebody that I actually like, because I grew up with a lot of guys, and so naturally I was around a lot of guys that were not related to me. And I always had guy friends, and those people would just be so in love with me because I act like myself. I be chill, but I be clowning. I be girly, but I can be a little hood.
Yeah.
All those things attracted them, but the guys that I like don't get that same me. I'm working on myself.
I get it though. But
I need to get out of my head.
Yeah, another comment on that though. What I was saying basically about being vulnerable, being able to be vulnerable with someone. Like, I dated someone for like months, and the communication was not the best, like when it came to emotions and whatnot, because it was ruined from the jump, which I should have just cut it off then, because like I'm a very emotional person, and if you can't cater to that aspect of my personality, it's not gonna work. But we had like this little episode, whatever, and I started to cry or whatever, typical me. Like, I cry a lot.
I'm a crybaby too, girl, so don't feel bad.
Yes, girl.
I'm a crybaby.
And I didn't like the response that I was getting. Like, it was very like basically like, you shouldn't be crying, instead of like, why do you feel this way? Let's talk about it. Gentle, like you have to be really gentle with me, especially when I'm in that state. You can't come at me like, what's your problem? Like, talking, like having a condescending demeanor and whatnot. So since then, like, we've had like hurdles, about the same, the whole communication thing since then. And it just ended up not working out because I feel like, since the beginning when he like shut me down, I couldn't open up to him about, the soft areas in my life. And that was a problem.
So did you decide that you couldn't open up to him after that? Or was it constantly like he gave you that same kind of response?
So we had the conversation and I told, like, I verbalized, this is the type of person I am when it comes to things like this. Like, you really have to be patient with me and give me time. It just goes back to like, growing up and not really being able to say like, my parent, like when I got fussed at by my mom, like, I can't say anything. Like, I can't argue back. I wouldn't dare argue back. So now, like, I have a problem with like when somebody is like, I don't know, fussing at me or whatever, or just, being confrontational. Like, I really have to take my time and like think about what I'm going to say and then muster up enough whatever to energy to actually say it.
I feel that.
Because my feelings are easily hurt, number one. So like, I can't just, you have to like create a safe space for me and be gentle.
I 100% feel it.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that aspect of yourself came from your childhood. And I feel that the me trying to get someone to like me or appreciate me comes from my childhood and how me and my father interact with each other. I was constantly trying to be seen or be this idea of perfection for him, and then it was never enough.
Right.
So I kind of project that on the people who I quote unquote date during that stage.
Makes sense. Like, it definitely plays like a big role. I'm still like trying to figure out slowly but surely, but it definitely like requires the right person, because just like with him, like I couldn't, it was like, tell me how you feel or whatever. I'm not used to like, if it's like a hot conversation or whatever and, just words been passed around, whatever, like I can't tell you how I feel off that. Like, I need to sit and like really control my emotions, tell myself, it's okay for me to feel like this, but I do need to verbalize and, let the other person know how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling it. I'm not used to, I wasn't used to being able to express my feelings.
But after you sit and you internalize it, do you then talk about it, or you just?
But yes, but all the time, like that's not always good enough for the other person, even though you already let them know, this is what it was. It's just like, you shouldn't be that way. I'm like, nigga, I'm working on it.
No, I don't think that's a bad thing though, because it's a lot of studies that show that it's good for you to kind of, if you're like in a heated argument, for you to go off, calm down, and then have a conversation about it, because you're not speaking with so much emotion. You're speaking with logic. So I had to start to do that. Because I don't get sad necessarily or start crying, but I be pissed. Like, I know that if I say something to you in the heat of the moment, it's not what I mean. I'm really operating off of emotion. So I'm notorious for, I'm gonna be quiet, and my partner typically knows that about me. I'm gonna be quiet. Like, I'm gonna shut down. And yes. I'm gonna shut down, and then we can revisit it later. Okay, so if the relationship was to, during stage 2, if you guys were able to make it through that part, and you're still infatuated with him, you still feel like, okay, I feel like these little things that we have not that are very surface level right now, I can deal with, and we can move forward from here. That brings us to stage 3, the enlightenment and becoming a couple. I don't know if this is intertwined with one another. When I'm enlightened and we become a couple,
Right.
I guess we become a couple and then I'm enlightened. Don't know. But she says this is the stage where couples often go deeper in their connection. Trust is stronger and more intimacy may be shared at this stage. And this is where the couples take away their best space. Like I said last time, when I be trying to put my best face on.
Yeah.
And so does the man. They be putting their little best face on too. Sometimes their best face just trash though. But it's neither here nor there. Few habits might become irritating at this stage. And some of those perpetual issues are differences such as free spending or frugal, neat or orderly, sloppy, disorganized, interested in lots of time together, or more involved in outside activities might emerge. So the stuff that you thought that you were going to get over when you went to his house and his house was nasty every time, you thought you was going to get over it, but you're not.
I didn't.
You got to clean up, sir.
Yes.
And this is typically, she says, where women, us as women, ask the question first, where are we headed? Do you find yourself asking where are we headed this late in the game? Or that's a question you ask early on, like, what you want me?
I usually let it be known up front, like, I'm not here to play no games, like, I'm a serious dater. If I start to like you, then it's only you. I'm not dating anyone else. And if you can't do the same, then, we ain't for each other, because it's me.
So you're doing that early before you guys
I'm
get
doing
to
that early, but I'm not going to lie, like, I've, tweaked a little when I shouldn't have, which led to, just basically forcing something that I know shouldn't be. But yeah, I'm usually the type to let it be known early. And I feel like, hopefully, that's why I like to present myself as the type that don't play anyway. Like, so if somebody comes at me, like, you really have to have audacity, and hopefully that I'm not that type of girl that you just don't play games with.
But they be having
the audacity, yeah.
They have it. It's like, why?
They still very much do.
They will flip the script on you quick.
You came here to waste my time, sir, and I'm not having it.
Oh, that right there is why women ask the "where are we headed" question. Because what did you come here for exactly?
Right.
Okay. You lied the first time. You said no, I ain't coming here to play. I really want to get to know you, blah, blah. And you came to play. And I don't look like a jungle.
Yeah, you playing a game. And I'm not the type, like, I don't do the whole who can play that game type thing. Like, I'm going to just let you go. I'm going to foul that, like, okay, I see. But, I mean, you messing it up for yourself, because now you ain't boyfriend material, you ain't husband material.
So what if they are giving that husband, boyfriend material? Are you still going to ask that question? Okay, you've asked before, early on in the dating stage, and he let it be known that he wants to pursue you, he wants to court you. Now you guys have made it to stage 3, where y'all are picking in,
where I'm ready to be in a relationship, basically.
Right. So are you going to ask him a question, or are you going to let things flow as they may?
I try to let things flow, but, like, if I like you a lot and you doing something, like, basically, like, talking to other females, and I don't like that, like, I'm going to say, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not, like, dating other people. I really like you. So what are you doing? Like, is that what you want to do? Because if you do, you can you can go do that comfortably and in peace without me being on your shoulder, nagging. Because I'm not, well, they say if you have to ask, that's too close to begging. So, and that's, I don't know. I just feel like people pick up, what type of person you are before, the whole relationship stage. So if this ain't what the girl want, like she don't want me to date other people, and that's what you want to do, then just do that. But leave me alone.
Communicate that to her.
Yeah.
And understand you can't keep me around because you want to have me around, but then you want to do things that are not conducive to us being in a happy, healthy relationship.
Yeah, and progressing for sure.
Okay, you got to let it go, sir.
They want their cake and they want to eat it too. That's exactly.
So what attributes during stage 3, would make you feel like, okay, I've gotten to know him more? Those little things that are kind of aggravating me. I see that he's kind of working on it. I asked him to put the toilet seat down 15 times, and on the 16th time, he put it down. We might be on to something. So what is something, a couple different things that you see in a man at stage 3 that you're like, okay, I would be open to taking this to a more committed stage?
My thing is like seeing a change when you say that you're going to change something. Mm-hmm. And it's usually, most of the time, it's like, I'm like big on quality time. Like that's my love language. Mm-hmm. And like I love like little surprises and stuff like that. And if I let it be known to you and you make the change, or you already great at that, then that's a plus. I feel like we can progress. But if it's like, if you do the complete opposite, like I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't gotten to that stage in a very long time. Because I see, like, I get stuck at, now that we're at stage 3, I realize that I get stuck at stage 2 as well, because they just can't get their stuff together. Like, and I'm not a nagger, so we just gonna nip that in the bud right there.
We just don't go. Here it goes. Yeah. We just, because this is just, I don't know. You're not even allowing me to get to the point where I get to know you at a deeper level, or am I getting to know you at a deeper level too early? What is it?
Right, but then sometimes they'll trick you. They get a little tricky sometimes. Girl. Sometimes they'll do what you want or whatever for about a week and a half. I'm gonna give it a week and a half. 2 has been a little generous. They'll do what you want for a week and a half, and then they'll be right with the same. It'll be a continuing cycle of what they was doing. So, and
you done forgave them?
Yeah, I'm at the point where like you just gotta show me one time. Like at this point, I have to believe the first time, and that's my problem. I be giving people the benefit of the doubt and just wanna believe that they can come around, but
yes,
I'm not going for them because they gonna come around for the right person, and clearly I ain't the right person. So
I wouldn't even have to think of, or I wouldn't even have to judge you off of your potential, because you would be operating on your potential.
Exactly.
But I'm seeing that 2 weeks where the week and a half where you decided to do right, and I'm like, well, he did right for this week and a half.
Yeah.
So I know that it's possible. Mm-hmm. And we were so happy for that week and a half.
For that week and a half, girl.
We were so happy with. And then there's so many things that you have to compromise on with these men that you just start to be like, okay,
this ain't what I really want to do. Is this what I really want to do? This ain't what I really want to do.
It's just so confusing.
Yeah.
And that's why I get stuck at stage 2.
Yeah.
That's why I don't make it to stage 3 very often, because it's just too much. Like, why? But if we were to make it to stage 3, and then we were to make it to stage 4, it's very interesting that there are literal stages clinical stages to dating.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that a lot of us don't make it past stage 2. Jesus. Okay.
The generation, I'm convinced.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like our generation, like the music has a lot to do, and the social media influence has a lot to do with how girls treat guys and how guys treat girls.
Mm-hmm. Because, us as millennials, and I guess the Gen X, but we're millennials, we saw that it's kind of, we're teeter-tottering. Because we were on that side where we were sending letters to each other, you know, pursuing each other, doing a little cute fold with a little slip in the inside, you know, cute letters.
Yes, ma'am.
Expressing our love to one another, and then
on the house phone all night. We did it.
If the phone
sleep on the phone.
Right. If the phone hang up, don't call back. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you back. Don't call me back.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. Putting in the extra effort. We came from that time, and then bam, MySpace wanna come with the foolishness. Yeah. And then Instagram came, and now you don't have to put as much effort into getting someone's attention.
Exactly.
And so that teeter-tottering
is dead. Dang near. I want to say it's dead. I still have hope in the young boys, but
I still have hope for chivalry.
Yeah, I'm a hopeless romantic though.
I get excited when that's something that'll get me excited. I'm like,
yeah.
Did you just open that door for me?
Right.
Wait.
But in the back of my mind, this is the fault, but in the back of my mind, I'll be like, yeah, how long this gonna last right here?
I know, but hopefully it keeps going. But, you know, certain stuff like that, I'm very attracted to men who are, I pay attention to how you treat other women in your life, like your mom, your sister, stuff like that. I pay attention.
Yep.
I pay a real close attention. I'm very observant of how you treat other people, not necessarily me, how you treat other people, because
in general,
you can fake treat me good and then you treat them like trash. Or how you talk about your mom is trash.
Yeah.
That give me a little red flag.
So tell.
Now, if you treat your mama good, I'm over here like,
I see.
I'm not here to work with you.
Yeah, for sure.
So if we make it to stage 4, this is the commitment stage, where couples typically decide that they are going to get engaged or get married, things like that. What is your ideal marriage look like? Do you want to get married?
I definitely want to get married, girl.
Okay.
If I had a potential, I'll get married tomorrow. No, but yeah, I definitely want to get married. I'm not rushing it, but at the same time, I'm not trying to take my time either, which is why like I date intentionally. Like if I feel like you are not a husband type for me, then I'm not gonna continue to talk to you just for fun. I don't do things like that for fun, just for fun. And I never have, like, I've always been like a relationship type girl, although I haven't been in one like in 3 years, but I've always been that type of girl.
So your marriage is looking like monogamy. It's just me and it's just you.
For sure, yeah.
Okay. Would you be open to a man saying he wants like he's more of an open relationship type of guy?
No ma'am, no ham, no turkey, no ham, no. And I wouldn't know. It's a big no for me. That's like not even, don't even.
Now this is interesting because do you watch Duvall and Kadeem?
I don't.
Okay, so this is a couple. They're pretty popular on Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that. But they have a podcast called Dead Ass, And on one of their episodes, they discussed monogamous relationships and how that was kind of, that's what we know, that's what we're familiar with. But then when women get into a monogamous relationship, we don't want to give the men what they need. For instance, sex. If the man has a high sex drive, we not trying to be pound town all the time.
Yeah, I feel you.
So they were talking about the consideration of like an open relationship, or would they have went in different if the tables were turned, or if they could turn back the hands of time. I thought it was an interesting conversation, but I was still over here like,
no, I'm selfish when I'm in. When it comes to a man, I'm very selfish. You for me and for me only.
I don't even want you to look.
I don't like sharing in the dating phase. What makes you think I'm gonna be in a relationship? You sharing what you sharing?
Okay, so would you be open to, if your man has a high sex drive, then how would you guys navigate that? Because you're
used to it, baby. I'm gonna have to get used to it. Clearly, I like you enough. I'm in a relationship with you, so I'm gonna have to get used to it.
Right. We don't have to make some shape. We don't have to get some toys. We gonna have to do something. But you not gonna do
is step out. Because if you step out, don't come back.
Don't come back through the door.
Do you have any deal breakers? What are your deal breakers?
A big deal breaker for me would be being financially irresponsible, not being me realizing that you have no drive, no serious, like, I'm attracted to it. Yeah, I need you to be like a go getter. I need you to just try to like.
I've always said that if I'm out hustling my man, then something's wrong.
I don't like that.
I cannot out hustle my man.
I always say that I can't picture myself, because I am a Capricorn through and through, and we don't have 50 businesses.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be that on it. We don't have 50 things going on, and I cannot see myself coming home to my man who's chilling. I mean, be chilling.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I grew up with my mom being like the breadwinner. Like, my parents weren't like, they've been separated since I was younger, but my mama was like a hustler. She made it work. But for me, like, ideally, I don't want to be the breadwinner. Like, I plan to be married, so I don't want to be the one that's the breadwinner. Like, I need you to do just as much or more than me. Like, I love the idea of being taken care of.
Okay.
Like, I'm a work. I would never be a stay-at-home mom. That's just not in me. Like, I'm a work, but I want you to take care of me financially. Like, you know?
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
So what do you think about the whole 50-50?
Girl, it's a no. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, because I would lie and say I'm open to it, but then if you bring up this whole 50-50 thing, what? 50 who? 50 who? 50 what?
I feel like you should feel less of a man if you would even like require or whatever want your woman.
It's a requirement for me.
Yeah, like
it's a requirement for me. You're requiring that. It's the requirement for me.
Yeah, because now, like, who's the man? Like, are we roommates? Or
that's the thing.
Like, what are we?
We roommates, but you want to do pound town.
Yeah.
You want me to clean. You want me to cook. You want me to listen to your issues and your problems. And you want me to be nurturing. 50-50.
No.
50 who?
No. So
I don't know 50. I'm not asking for anything, but I'm not going to, I need my man to not allow me to ever struggle.
Yeah.
So in return, because I'm working, hustling as BITC age, when you struggling or when you're not financially where you normally are, I can pick up the slack.
For sure.
But if I'm constantly, if we doing 50-50,
nah.
ain't no slack. Now I'm gonna start resenting you about every little thing. You lose your job, I'm gonna be looking at you sideways. Where your 50% at?
Yep. So what's the point? You might as well nip it in the bud when you realize, look, actually now I think about it, that's a good conversation to have in the beginning stages.
Yes.
Stage probably 2.
Yeah. Because if it's a requirement, if 50-50 is a requirement, you really have to be open to that. And I'm not that girl.
Me either.
I cannot think myself like, babe, you got your half of the mortgage? babe, you got your half of the water bill?
It's a no.
Babe, you got your half of the light bill? No.
Yes.
I had a roommate. I ain't even like that.
Yeah.
And you gotta be in my face all day? No. Now I am open to, like, once we get into that more committed stage and things like that.
Offering.
I'm open. Yeah, I'm open to doing cute junk. Like, I'll pay for your haircut. We can go get haircuts together.
See, there we go. I'm the type of person. It's the guy I dated in college, actually. You at the barbershop? I'm gonna pop up to the barbershop and I got you some Popeyes. Here you go, Popeyes, babe.
I'm open to stuff like that, but once we're doing 50-50,
no, it's a no.
I'm nitpicking. I'm like, you don't got no money to get your own haircut. You don't got no money to get your own Popeyes.
Yeah. That's why I say just nip it in the bud as soon as you find that.
Yeah. See, I know I'm gonna start being resentful and very petty. Also, we're 50-50, but you want me to be submissive.
Yeah.
Boy, see, that 50-50s come with a whole lot of different issues that you don't want to get into. Like, you can't be like, I'm the head of the household. I want my man to lead me.
For sure.
Because we've gotten through these stages and I've decided that you're somebody who I'm okay with falling back and allowing you to lead the household.
And make decisions and, trusting you that those decisions are going to be for our best interest.
I like you to be a leader. That's attractive to me. Babe, we doing this, we doing X, Y, Z. You can ask me how you feel about it, but you're coming up with the plans. You're initiating it.
Yep.
Because I'm very strong-willed and very independent, very the hustler of the year. Yep. But it's attractive for me to be able to sit back and allow you to lead me, and be in the driver's seat. But it's 50-50, how we both gonna sit in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Because now, you're not leading me, we leading each other. And that's just supposed to be for disaster. Everybody can't lead the line. Somebody got to lead the
competition, because, nah, man.
Yeah, so that just
be like that.
I just don't think it works. It don't work.
That's not what God want. That is not what He wants.
Okay, so before we end our little conversation, I want to play a game of this or that.
Okay.
So that is when I'll ask you a little two this or that questions. And you choose between either or, and you tell me why you chose the one that you chose.
Okay.
Okay. So, the first one, a forever relationship with your last sexual partner, or be single for the rest of your life.
Girl, forever relationship with my last sexual partner, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why you choose that, baby? Because you started blushing and said.
It's a lot of potential. It's like, I'm not huge on revisits, but it's one thing, like, when you know, and I feel like with this person, like, I'm like 85% no, like, that's or he has that much potential to be like, actually, I'm gonna say 90.
Oh,
So,
are y'all still talking to each other right now? Y'all still dating?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Invite me to the wedding.
I got you, girl. We working on it.
And the second one, read the mind of the person you're dating right now, or see the future of your current dating relationship.
I would say read the mind, because I want to know what you're thinking right now. We're pretty open with each other, so I wouldn't say I want to make sure you feel the same way I do, because that's for certain. I know that for certain. But the things that he don't say, I want to know like what's on your mind when it concerning me, like concerning your future, like in all every other aspect. Like, you got your head on straight as far as like setting up for our future family or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus like being able to see the future, and it's just like, I don't know, I'd rather know now and like either nip it in the bud, or be like, okay, well, I feel like this is going to turn out this way, so I'm gonna do something to combat that now, so we can not be that way.
I feel like I would want to read the mind as well.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm so in my head that I'm wondering, like, okay,
what's in your head?
What are you internalizing that you're not telling me? And now you're probably like, dang, I really wish she just is more comfortable with me and things like that. So I'm thinking you beat me up about, and you're really not. Okay, so that's the end of our conversation. I had a good conversation with you. If you are listening in to our conversation, don't forget to head over and subscribe to the Brown Women Speaking podcast. I post new conversations every single Thursday. Okay, y'all? I'm trying. Okay.
They understand. We in the middle of a pandemic. It's a lot going on this 2020. Yeah.
Yes.
They understand.
By the time you're listening to this episode, the girl then graduated. Okay. Yesterday. You're listening today. I graduated yesterday. And that's on period. Okay.
Period.
Masters me, please.
New city me, please, right? Because
please. Put it into the atmosphere.
I got you, girl.
Okay. Don't forget, you guys, to share this podcast episode with a friend and come back next week, because I grant access every Thursday, like I said, and you don't want to miss out. Okay? Peace. All right. Let me start recording.
That was good.